Hey guys, I want to give you a few quick tips about pre and post workout snacks and if you should be modifying these things when you are exercising at home. Because there are two things that I typically see with people, and that is that they are either over consuming calories for the amount of calories that they're burning during a workout, or they are not eating enough, right? Which will compromise performance. So the first thing that I want you to remember is that you should be eating a balanced meal about 2 hours before your workout. Now, if you are an early morning person, then obviously that might be a little bit different, in which case you might be able to go into a workout without having eaten anything, but I don't want you to think that doing that is going to improve your performance or help to lead to more weight loss or more fat loss, right? Because if you're not able to have the energy to actually do your best during your training session, then it's probably not worth it to completely skip altogether. It would be a good idea in that case to get a pre-workout snack. And this goes for all times of the day. So if you need something in the morning for an early morning workout, or if you find that that meal that you had a couple hours before your workout isn't really sticking with you, or if you have a really long training session coming up, you should get a source of carbohydrates, about 15 to 30 grams, about 30 to 60 minutes before. So what 15 to 30 grams looks like is about, one granola bar, one slice of toast, one piece of fruit, maybe a cup of dry cereal, something that's really easy to digest and utilize. You wouldn't want to get a lot of fat, you wouldn't want to get a lot of protein, you wouldn't want to get a lot of fiber, because these three things take a little bit longer to digest and they can lead to some GI issues, especially if you're doing high intensity or endurance type of training. I know that we often hear, protein needs to be consumed all, around our workout, and really protein is best utilized after. So if you are able, if you want to consume some protein in addition to your carbohydrate as your pre-workout snack, that's great. Keep in mind that if your goal is fat loss or weight loss, you might not necessarily need those extra calories coming from protein at that point. It's better to get a source of protein after. And if you're going to have a meal within about an hour of finishing a workout, then it's not really, really crucial that you're also including a post-workout snack. When including a post-workout snack is important is if you aren't going to be having a meal within that 60 minutes that includes a source of protein. So say you're doing a training session, let's just use this hypothetical, you're at the gym, you're training, and then you have, some errands to run or whatever, so it's gonna be a few hours before you get home. Then you would wanna get that post-workout snack, about 20 grams of protein. Protein shakes are really easy. Greek yogurt is a really good option that will keep, outside of the refrigerator for a couple hours. You could also do eggs if you like hard-boiled eggs. You could do beef jerky, anything like that. A protein bar is going to be a good option after a workout. Now, should you adjust your calories for working out from home? Because obviously the workouts that we are doing right now might not be as intense. And that's something I really think that we need to take a step back and be honest with ourselves. Like, are we really pushing ourselves as hard as we would if we were to do this in a different setting, in the gym setting? And if the answer to that is no, and depending on what your goals are, if your goals are weight loss, then yes, you probably want to dial back calories a little bit. But again, if you find that skipping that pre-workout snack causes you to have really low energy, feel just really tired, fatigued, not be able to push yourself, then I want you to still have that. It would probably be best to just decrease the calories a little bit at each of your meals. So it doesn't have to be anything excessive, but it's better to kind of decrease accordingly, consistently throughout the day than it is to just drop a bunch of calories from one meal altogether. Definitely keep an eye on your weight if that's something that you have been tracking. Measuring your weight and recording your food intake is definitely the best way to figure out how many calories you need and how much food you need, because ultimately there are tons of equations that we could use to get, your basal metabolic rate and how many calories you're burning, but there are so many individual factors that go into that just can't be figured out from an equation alone. So definitely keep an eye on those two things. Send me an email and let me know if you have any questions. I would love to talk further, rework anything that we need to, or just talk a little bit more about specifically what you need. Remember, pre-workout snacks are going to be those carbohydrates, 15 to 30 grams. Post-workout is when we really need to hit on the protein, 20 grams as a snack or as part of a meal. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.